Sennin by Akutagawa, Ryunosuke. Li Xiaorer, a traveling street performer, roaming from town to town in northern China, makes his living by dressing 5 rats in costumes and masks to perform plays, collecting copper coins from passersby. On rainy or snowy days when he cannot perform, Li Xiaorer frequently spends the day in a dim corner of a lodging house, enduring the cold and hunger alongside his 5 rats. The 5 rats are each named after his father, mother, wife, and 2 children whose whereabouts are unknown. And even the worldly wise, Li Xiaorer sometimes sheds tears at the sight of them timidly, shuffling about in the cold. Li Xiaorer carries within him the question of why life is so full of suffering, and spends his days harboring a vague sense of defiance toward the unknown force that inflicts such hardship upon him. On a cold afternoon with sleet mixed into the rain, Li Xiaorer is soaked to the skin on his way home, from performing in hurriedly dashes under the eaves of a mountain deity shrine he spots at the edge of town, taking shelter from the downpour. Li Xiaorer notices a shabby old Taoist priest, crouching in the dim interior of the shrine, clad in a grimy robe and moved by sympathy, speaks to him, after which the two sit side by side on the stone steps at the entrance and begin to converse. Although Li Xiaorer feels that he is better off in life than this old Taoist, he also feels a sense of guilt about it, and out of sympathy for the elder, deliberately exaggerates the hardships of his own daily existence. The old Taoist suddenly bursts into a sharp laugh, declares that he is an immortal who has no shortage of money and can help Li Xiaorer with his livelihood, and goes on to recount how he once encountered Lu Zhu and was initiated into the Tao. When the old Taoist gathers up the paper spirit money, piled on the floor, and scatters it at his feet, it transforms in an instant into a multitude of gold and silver coins. With a resounding clatter, and Li Xiaorer finds himself in possession of an immense fortune. The poem The Immortal leaves for Li Xiaorer conveys a paradoxical truth. It is precisely because of suffering and death that one can feel truly alive. Yet the immortal's realm, having transcended both, is utterly tedious, and the immortal even envies ordinary mortals for their mortal struggles.
Sennin by Akutagawa Ryunosuke is a short story set in northern China that depicts the encounter between Li Xiaorer, a poor rat performer, and an immortal. The paradoxical ending in which Li Xiaorer attempts to pity the immortal, only to discover that it is the immortal who envies the suffering of ordinary humans, poses a profound question about the true nature of happiness and hardship.